Nice. Just a little oil puddle, nothing major. So I did not plan on doing this during nighttime, but once I explain everything that needs to be done and what is actually broken, then it will kind of sort of make sense. So let me go ahead and show you guys what happened in the last video. It necessarily didn't happen in the last video, but we found it in the last video. So at the end of the video, if you guys stayed, we found oil on the ground with the bolt that was broken sitting in the under panel. Turns out that we took a hit to the oil pan. Yikes. As you guys can see, it is fairly dented on the right hand side. So we had to go to O'Reilly's and order another oil pan for this car. I got some new hardware. My only concern is, so I noticed that the bolt that was broken was pretty much broken at the top, so I'm hoping that there's enough thread. You guys can't see it because it's broken on the back, but I'm hoping there's enough thread where I can actually thread it out and just put a new bolt on there. But the reason why I'm taking care of it during nighttime, so that we can allow the silicone to dry. So we're gonna, it's not, honestly, it's not too hard. So remember, we did this before. We had to take off the oil pan to put in the oil pan spacer when boosting this car the first time. So I know what needs to be done. It shouldn't take too long. But let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I want to take care of this during nighttime. That way it can dry overnight. We can put oil in the morning and then test drive this car and make sure everything is good. And you guys are probably wondering, what did you hit? Well, I was actually driving and I saw it last minute. I ended up hitting a rock. And I know exactly when it happened and how it happened because I remember it. But I didn't expect it to do that type of damage. But yeah, I ended up hitting a rock. It went underneath my car, made a big noise. You guys know when we hit like things on the road, rocks and stuff, it always makes noise. But yeah, I guess this one took a hit to the oil pan. So my concern also is once we take off this oil pan, I'm hoping that it did not damage the oil pickup. That would suck so bad. It does unscrew, but still, that would suck so bad. Because if that's bent, then we're gonna have to order another oil pickup. So let's go ahead and take off this oil pan, drain the oil, take out the oil pan, and hopefully everything works in our favor tonight. I guess it's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's good that it happened, but we've been needing to do an oil change on this car because this is the same oil that we put in this car when we installed that top mount turbo kit. So it kind of forced me to do an oil change on this car. So I guess we will be knocking out two birds with one stone, even though I kind of wish that it didn't happen this way, but you know, everything happens for a reason, so it's all good. So if you guys saw in the last video, we installed that short shifter that got sent out from our guys over at Cube Speed. If it wasn't for us installing that, we would have never known that this happened because there were no signs of oil leakage and it didn't really show itself until I jacked the car up. And so I say all that to say everything happens for a reason. All right, let's see how far this is on here. Is this going the right way? No, it's not. All right, car, please, 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 please be nice to me. Please do not give me any headaches. I honestly don't understand how that bolt broke, but we're not even gonna talk about it, okay? Just please let this process go seamless. Please. We're gonna start by draining a little fluids. All right, we're gonna get you right. Just please, don't give me any headaches, please. I ain't got time for all that. Damn, that oil is dark. Bro, it's like, I don't know, maybe like 3,000 miles on this oil. Why is it that dark? That's crazy. Whatever. We're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you right. That oil is actually really dark. That's crazy. It's like 3,000 miles on this oil. So I'm actually gonna have to take off this drain that goes from the turbo for the oil drain. The reason why is because how I do it is when we put the silicone, so that obviously we have to seal it off, right? I make it so that there's a wall inside so there's no leaks at all. But in order to do that, I need this spacer to come out with the oil pan. And obviously it's not gonna come out if the oil drain is connected. So we're gonna take this off and we'll be able to do that outside the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take off the oil pan now. I know it's still draining, but believe it or not, well, I'm pretty sure you guys know that even when the oil looks like there's not like much left in there, when you take off this pan, there's still some in there. So I'm just gonna take it off right now so we can kind of speed this process up. So we got the oil pan off with the oil pan spacer. Guys, we got so lucky. The damage literally happened right next to the oil pickup. So this is fine. We literally got so lucky. It's crazy. So now that we got all that off, now we just have to work on getting that screw out because it is too low to grab, so I'm gonna have to drill it out. So we're gonna have to use this small drill bit, which I think is probably gonna break because they always break, but let's go ahead and start this journey. So I was actually able to drill a little hole in between this little screw right here, which makes sense why it broke, right? It's that soft. I was able to drill a hole with that small drill bit. So I'm gonna do a little trick with screwing a screw onto that, and hopefully it can extract with this. I'm not really gonna show you guys too much of this process because, as you guys know, it can be very tedious and very time consuming. So hopefully I can get it out soon. If not, then I'm probably just gonna have to wait till the morning. So part of growing up is realizing when to quit. And the reason why I say that is because I set myself up perfectly so that tomorrow we can just go to O'Reilly's, get the bolt extractor, come home, get it off, and continue doing what we have to do. If I continue tonight knowing that I do not have the right tools, I'm literally just gonna screw myself in the long run. So we're just gonna call it quits for tonight, and we'll just pick this back up tomorrow. So we are picking back up where we left off last night. So I went to the store and got some screw extractors. So we're most likely gonna end up using this small one, either this one or this one. I was able to find, I honestly didn't think I had one, but I was able to find a drill. I know it's corded. You know, we like cordless things around here, but if it works, it works. So we're gonna go ahead and attempt to get this screw out. Hopefully it works. Again, I stopped last night because I didn't want to dig myself in a deeper hole. I'm literally trying to proceed with caution just because I don't want to cause more work for myself. So let's go ahead and see if this works. Hopefully it does. If I'm able to get that screw out, honestly, everything else should be at ease. Oh, and it freaking worked. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. Dang, that's crazy. Wow, I'm a happy man today. Wow. Let's go. So this was a piece that got broken off onto the oil pan. So we drilled a hole right in between where it broke off, and then we used the extractor kit and was able to get it out. Bro, I'm so hyped. This is the first time ever that something like this worked in my favor. This could have turned out way worse, guys. We could have literally had to take off that whole thing because I really didn't feel comfortable drilling it. I would rather honestly replace it. I know that sounds weird, but we're dealing with oil here. Like, I can't afford to lose oil accidentally or not know, you know what I mean? So I'm just so hyped that this worked in our favor. I'm so hyped. So everything else should come very easy. All we have to do is just clean off the old silicone off of the top oil pan and then literally just put the new one on. So I just spent like the last 30 minutes cleaning off all of the sealant from that pan. You guys can see like it's all on the ground over here. And then I cleaned it off with the spacer. So we're gonna go ahead and throw on the new oil pan on the spacer and then put it on the car and then just let it dry. So the oil pan is ready to go back on. We have the spacer on there. Every time, well, not every time, the last time at least when I did this, I put a wall inside. So not only did I put the sealant, of course, around the edges of the oil pan, but once I put the spacer on, I put a wall right inside, you know, just for no excuses. I don't want no oil leaks. I don't want no excuses. So put that on, and then I put, of course, sealant right on top of the spacer. So we're gonna throw this on, and that honestly is it. I'll let it sit for a couple hours, and then I'll put some oil in it, and then the car should be back to normal. All right, nice and steady. And the new oil pan is on, so I'm gonna leave that oil drain from the turbo disconnected just so it can allow some air to come inside and dry a little bit, but we're gonna just leave it. I mean, we just have to let it dry. We're gonna clean up, and we'll come back to put oil in it later. So if there is anything that you could take away from this video, it is to drive safe, drive carefully. Because honestly, this could have been avoidable. I take 100% responsibility for it. I'm just glad that it didn't turn out worse, because it could have been worse. You know, it could have been way worse. So I'm just glad that it was fixable. I'm glad that we got that bolt out that got stuck in there. But like I said, we're just gonna let it dry. We're gonna clean up, and then we'll come back and we'll put oil in the car, and she'll be good as new. All right, so we let it sit for 24 hours. Of course, you can't see anything there, but we're gonna go ahead and change the filter, because again, like I said, this is kind of an excuse to do an oil change. So we'll change the filter, put oil in it, and then we'll test drive the car. So we're about to put oil in this car. So because of the fact that we have an oil cooler, obviously you have a turbo and then an oil pan spacer, this car takes a massive amount of oil. I think it's like 8 quarts or something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and put some oil in it and then give it a start. Right on the money, literally perfect. All right, here comes the moment of truth. Leaking yet, we seem to be in the clear. I'll let it run for a little bit, but it looks like we're good. All right, now let's go ahead and drive it, and let's make sure everything is good before I put the under punter back on. So this is the first time we're driving with the cube shifter that we installed in the last video. Right away, I can say that it feels more solid, like it feels more smooth. Yeah, it feels way more smooth than the other one, to be honest with you. Of course, we still gotta do a little bit more testing, but like the first initial usage, I like it. I like it a lot. Now it does sit a little higher, I did notice that, but I might be okay with it as long as it's more smooth than the other one. Oh, nice. Gas light came on. That's no good. I was gonna try to make it to the E85 station too, but I don't know if I'm going to at this point. I mean, technically I could just put a little bit of 91 in the tank, which I might do, but kind of wanted to be on full E, but it's all good. So I came back home so I could put the under panel back on, because I can tell you guys almost every single time, there is no front bumper without this under panel, because it supports it 100%, that if you run this bumper without the under panel, you will like 100% mess the bumper up. So we came back home to put it back on, and I'm just gonna drive it a little bit more just to make sure everything is good. This shifter feels amazing. I think they utilized the stock shifter's height and they just made the throws like shorter. I think that's what they did, but I'm telling you, it feels like way smoother than my other one, and I honestly like it, because I'm normally a fan of not only the throws being shorter, but the actual like shifter itself being shorter. But this Actually feels good. I like it. It's here to stay. And this might sound extremely dumb, but for some reason it feels like this car, like throttle response is way better now. I could be, I don't know, it could just all be in my head, but I don't know. It feels, everything just feels more smooth right now. So we're gonna end the night off by washing this car. It's a little dirty since it's been sitting. Probably gonna drive it tomorrow to go get some E85. Probably record a TikTok while I'm there. If you guys are not following me on TikTok, make sure that you do so at I am Robert Williams. We literally just hit 17,000 followers, bro. That's insane. But if you guys aren't following me on TikTok, make sure that you do so. We are uploading daily TikToks and they are fire. But like I said, we're just gonna end the night with washing this car, and then it's pretty much gonna be it until tomorrow. It is absolutely dark out here, so I know you guys can't see, but we got the Z all clean. She's sparkling. So this is all that I have for you guys in this video. I honestly appreciate you if you stayed this far in the video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, helps me out a lot. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, stay safe, and stay tuned.
No flex, I done dropped a couple bands on it, brand new Rolex. I can pop a couple bands on you, girl, you know that. Once she get the poppin', I'm like, way to go. We gon' get it poppin' on the radio. Turned out, now it's going down. Double shot of it.